In the period from 1919 to 1923, in the aftermath of World War orchestrated by the British Empire, the newly formed Weimar Republic of Germany was subjected to a vicious process of looting and destruction. This process had three interconnected stages. The first, begun in 1919, was the enforced takedown of the production and productive capacity of the German nation. Raw materials such as coal, zinc, and timber, as well as foodstuffs such as cattle and grain, were forcibly shipped out of the country. More significantly, the infrastructure of the country, such as its rail grid and merchant marine, were seized. This destruction of the nation's productive capacity paved the way for the next two stages. In 1921, a new set of conditions was imposed upon Germany, this time in the form of the creation of a financial debt bubble. A total punitive debt of 132 billion gold marks was established, and an annual payment of 2 billion gold marks was ordered to be paid to the Allied nations of Britain and France. This created a massive debt bubble, which quickly became unserviceable, especially under the conditions of destroyed productivity experienced by the German nation. The conditionalities, both physical and financial, generated widespread hunger as German exports increased and imports dwindled to near nothing. The combination of these two processes generated the third. In order to maintain its population under these harsh conditions, the German government instituted a policy of money printing. This stimulus package, in fact, had a short-term positive effect. The German population temporarily reached full employment, and some of the effects of the physical collapse were masked. But in 1923, the situation exploded. The increasing debt, serviced by an increasing money supply, generated an enormous gap between the value of the German currency and its no longer extant productive output. The price of goods skyrocketed, and the value of the Reichsmark plummeted to almost unimaginable depths. The German population was drowned in a sea of money. At this point, a British-sponsored solution was nurtured and deployed within Germany. Under the pretext of regaining stability, fascism was unleashed as a project within Germany, sponsored by the same British Empire which had staged World War I, the same British Empire which had imposed the financial and economic conditions which had crippled the once great nation of Germany. Europe was again launched into savage austerity and world war. The process which was set into motion in Germany was one that economist Lyndon LaRouche described as the triple curve. The threefold process of feeding a ballooning financial bubble using an expanding money supply looted from a collapsed physical economy represents a single typical collapse function. Like the separation of the boundary layer during transonic flight, the act of divorcing the money supply from the physical economy generates a self-feeding shock front. This shock front develops rapidly until it reaches a critical point of instability, where the rate of increase in the monetary aggregates surpasses that of the financial aggregates. At this point, unless the entire system is scrapped, a hyperinflationary blowout is inevitable.